Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now, Amazfit Malaysia just launched the GTS 4 Mini. Now, this watch here is very cool because it comes with a lot of new features compared to the previous GTS 2 Mini. There is no GTS 3 Mini, by the way, if you are wondering. The 2 jumps straight to the 4. So a lot of cool new features, better kind of functions here as well. But Amazfit actually retained the same price of RM399 here in Malaysia. So very excited to share this watch here with you guys because it's just a very good value for money kind of smartwatch. Now, before I begin, it's also worth mentioning that the sale of this watch will only start on the 20th. So if you're in Malaysia, you want to get this watch for your friends, your girlfriend, someone else, it's only RM379 if you buy that on the first 3 launch days. So alright, that's just in terms of the price. Now let's talk about what's so interesting about this brand new GTS 4 Mini. Alright, so I have mine here in the moonlight white color, and the good news here is that I actually still have my GTS 2 Mini. Now, this watch was actually being worn by my sister, so I have a fair good idea of how they actually improve. So let's talk a bit about what's new. Now, first things first, we're going to talk a bit about their design because although they look very similar, there are actually some small changes here and there to actually make this an even more comfortable watch to wear. Amazfit is also still focusing on keeping this very lightweight. So essentially, this is still under 20 grams, guys. This is a very lightweight smartwatch. The thickness levels is also still very slim, under 20 millimeters if I'm not mistaken, but it's a very slim watch here. And if you wear it on your wrist, you will barely even notice it there. Now, what's different here is in terms of the straps. The straps itself here is still silicone kind of straps, but if you notice on the buckle itself, it looks a little bit different. The way you wear it on is also a little bit more different, and it's currently a little bit more secure, I would say. Overall, just in terms of comfort levels, the lightweightness, the slimness of this watch is still very comparable to the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. Alright, so let's see what else is new here. Now, if you look at the front here, the first and foremost, the main thing you notice here is that we have a slightly larger display. On the GTS 2 Mini, it was 1.55 inches, which was already great. But on the GTS 4 Mini, we now have a 1.65-inch AMOLED display, and it's just so much easier to see your content, your notifications. Everything looks just so much clearer on this display. Apart from that, Amazfit also increased the maximum brightness, so it's slightly brighter than the GTS 2 Mini. It's a very good display here. I would say even comparable to the bigger brother, the GTS series kind of smartwatches. So very good display that we are seeing on the GTS 4 Mini. Now, moving on, what else is actually new here? Well, we do have one major new feature here, and that is in terms of the GPS built-in. Now, I know you guys out there really love GPS, and this time around, the GTS 4 Mini comes with GPS built-in. The good news is I've actually tested it out, and it's actually very quick to lock onto GPS. So definitely, if you are going to be going on your runs, your walks outdoors and all that, and you don't want to carry your phone, you can actually track your position, your location and all that using the GTS 4 Mini itself. Now, since we are talking about GPS, I should also mention that in terms of the sport modes, it does support more than 120 different kind of sport modes. There's a whole list of crazy kind of activities that you can track in the watch itself, so that is great. But if you're just talking about automatically detecting your kind of sport modes, well, it can track up to 7 modes automatically. For instance, if you just go on a run, the watch will detect your movements and it will ask you whether you want to start tracking that run. Very cool stuff there. But again, the main point here is all about GPS, and I've tracked it. It's actually very accurate here on the GTS 4 Mini. So kudos to Amazfit for putting that in finally. Alright, so moving on, let's talk a little bit more about some other cool stuff here in terms of tracking your health trackers, because health tracking is also very important here. Again, we are seeing much more improvements to the GTS 4 Mini. Right now, it can do everything that the main bigger brother GTS series can do. So for instance, it has your one-touch measurement function, which will basically track your heart rate, your SpO2s and all that with just one touch of a button. Apart from that, it is also able to track your heart rate throughout the entire day. It is also able to track your SpO2s throughout the entire day. Again, especially in this kind of COVID kind of era, that might actually be useful to you. But regardless, it's also again worth mentioning that this watch is not a medical device. So if you have any underlying issues, don't forget to check in with your doctor. Apart from that, it also tracks your sleeps pretty accurately. I've been wearing it to bed for many nights now, and I noticed that it always tracks the time that I go to bed quite accurately here on the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini. So yeah, your health trackers is pretty much still covered with the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini. Alright, so what else is new? Well, we also are seeing a slight bump in terms of battery life. On the previous GTS 2 Mini, the battery life was already very good. It was able to last more than a week. But for the GTS 4 Mini here, Amazfit has went even further with a slightly larger battery. This time, Amazfit says it can last up to 15 days on normal use. I've been using it for, again, more than a week, almost 10 days now, and I never had any issues with battery life. It was still holding up under one single charge. So again, it really depends on your kind of usage. If you use your watch a lot, definitely you will see a little bit more battery drainage, but it's always good to see, a larger battery here, so you can definitely go further without charging it all so often. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums up my take on the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini. I'm very positive about this watch here because at the price of just RM399, I would say that it has most of the features that its bigger brother, the GTS line, already has. Not only are we seeing a larger display, we are seeing a larger battery as well. It comes with GPS, which is critical for me for any smartwatch, and it also supports multiple different kind of sport modes there. So very, very happy with the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini. Alright guys, if you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Again, don't forget to support the channel by dropping a like and subbing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!